The latest labor market data has proven increasingly volatile. Last month's payroll rise of 366,000, for example, marked the weakest gain in roughly 4 months, following a July increase of over 1 million, the largest gain in nearly a year. This month, September non-farm payrolls rose just 194,000, falling well short of headline expectations, with considerable weakness centered around government jobs, down 123,000. Private payrolls, meanwhile, rose 317,000, still reinforcing the underlying trend in hiring around 550,000 established since March. The unemployment rate, meanwhile, continues its impressive retreat from a double-digit peak during the crisis to a current rate of 4.8%. Now, on a historical basis, a gain of 317,000 private payrolls would be widely considered a very robust report. However, in the context of today's labor market, with north of 8 million Americans reporting a position of unemployment and businesses desperate for workers with a near record high of 10 million job vacancies, a mere 360,000 monthly payrolls added is relatively disappointing, falling well short of broader expectations for labor market improvement, particularly now as children return to school, full-time in-person learning, and enhanced unemployment benefits expire with the federal program closing as of September 6th. Not to mention the vaccine initiative, which continues to gain momentum. Of course, it is important to recognize that there are still lingering issues for many Americans sidelined. Millions of Americans, for example, report remaining outside of the labor force amid an ongoing concern of contracting or spreading the virus. Millions more suggest they continue to contend with elder care or child care issues, particularly for those with children not yet of school age. So while some factors should help pull workers back into the labor market longer term, it will take time, particularly in the case of the now ended program of enhanced benefits. Typically, with benefits or other sources of income slated to expire, workers begin to look for employment in anticipation of an end to benefits. In other words, we're dealing with rational market participants, and a rational market participant attempts to smooth out the individual or household income flow by appropriately timing the transition from one income source to the next. This time around, however, accumulated savings may actually slow the transition time. This time around, because benefits were arguably overly generous, in many cases matching or exceeding one's potential earnings in the private sector, well, coupled with a moratorium on rents or evictions, coupled with an additional check in some mailboxes thanks to the expansion of the child tax credit, many have accumulated enough wealth to last for at least some time, even now in the absence of the enhanced unemployment benefit program. Volatility aside, the savings rate, for example, has jumped from roughly 7% to just under 10%, totaling $1.7 trillion in accumulated wealth. Bottom line, the latest read in September payroll growth suggests the U.S. economy continues to move in the right direction, putting hundreds of thousands of Americans back to work. And in fact, enough progress appears to have been made over the past several months to encourage monetary policymakers to potentially begin to ease off the gas in the coming weeks. Although this week's report could complicate the timing, with some of the more dovish members no doubt pushing for a potential delay in initiating the taper. At the very least, while it's clear the U.S. labor market and more broadly the U.S. economy has certainly taken great strides in its recovery, the September report is a welcome reminder that we remain millions shy of the pre-crisis level of employment, meaning further progress is still needed.